All right, Mike in Indy, last year's runner-up. Part of a small controversy. Some thought he should have won last year. We go there right now. It's your time, Mike. What's up? How are you?
Doing good, Rome. How you doing?
Doing great.
Good, good. Thanks for the invite. And I'd like to call out all the clones that took a vacation day on April 20th as well as today. I hope you've enjoyed your 3-day work week, you big losers. And Ray in Tampa, good story about Angelo Dundee. Too bad that never happened. And Terrence, good to hear from you. We all thought you were dead. Rome, I've been watching a lot of Texas Rangers games lately. What's funny about these games is when Ron Washington comes out of the dugout, the umps don't know if he's going to argue a call or try to snort the first baseline. Ron, you can't turn the clubhouse into Studio 54. And this isn't the '86 Mets. Rome, I hope the Rangers don't beat the Yankees in the playoffs this year. I can just see Tim McCarver trying to find Ron Washington for a post-game interview and unexpectedly walking in on Ron nasally ingesting narcotics off Susan Waldman's hindquarters. Oh, my goodness gracious! I doubt the Yankees will lose, though. That pitching staff has more live arms than a Philadelphia rub-and-tug and more big bats than a Van Nuys film studio. And Rome, they say religion is supreme in the SEC when it comes to the football. And the father of that church is the most forgiving man this side of the Pope and God Almighty. You guessed it, Father Corey Zickafoose, that hick from Knoxville that got robbed at gunpoint by those UT players but quickly forgave them in hopes they could play the next game. Apparently Lane Kiffin would come in for his weekly confessional and say, "Forgive me, Father Zickafoose, for I have sinned," to which Father Zickafoose replied, "Fear not, my child. It's Tennessee. It's just the way it is sometimes." Then he told Kiffin to say 12 Rocky Tops and had him take a sip out of a communion goblet filled with purple drink and prescription cough syrup. Now on to Iafrate. You old hack. This guy's the favorite to win. Are you kidding me? Iafrate's kind of like Michael Jordan with the Wizards. Visibly out of shape, no fade left on the fadeaway. He's resorted to backing down smaller guards in the post. Iafrate, we want to remember you as the high-flying 2-time smack-off champ, not the chump that got beat by Vic and NoCal in the '09 smack-off. Why risk it, bud? Just buy yourself an iPad and ride off into the sunset as an emailer, you washed-up trash pail. And Vinnie Mac, great acceptance speech for the hack-off. You want to talk about name-dropping? How about you pick up that name you dropped last week? We all used to think you were just a big loser, but now that we know you're friends with Scott Frost's dad, our opinion has changed. Real sweet, bud. And Brad and Corona, I hear you're kicking it with Vinnie Mac these days? That's awesome, bro. That's the most ridiculous duo in the jungle since Ray J in Tampa told Joe in Hollywood to hold down the West Coast while he holds down the East Coast. And Brad, what's up with all these takes about grown men urinating? You've got the Vic and NoCal the bed thing, then you tell us about the sounds Vinnie Mac makes when he pees? Are you kidding me? That's just weird, man. And for the record, Brad, this isn't the MTV smack-off, you whiny drama queen. It's the Jim Rome Show. Feel free to mix in a sports take. Your little brain hasn't produced a legitimate sports take since that Doc Rivers take, and even the authenticity of that is under suspicion. Brad, you need to get on the horn with that 1-800-INVENT-HELP guy to see if he can help you invent a sports take real quick. Maybe text Cha-Cha for some sports take assistance. Dean Graziosi thinks you're trying to hawk some snake oil to the jungle, and we're not buying it. And finally, Rome, I was in the Caribbean recently, and as I walked down the street through the tourist traps, I was accosted by a gypsy who pulled me into her office. And this wasn't one of those BS tarot card gypsy, Rome. It was a crystal ball gypsy. You know, the real kind. And this gypsy foretold of a majestic prophecy. She stared hard into her crystal ball and said, "I see an overweight hillbilly in a beat-up pickup truck barreling reckless down a dirt road in Texas in search of a cell phone service." I was like, that's just Bodie in Pearland. He's harmless. The gypsy next speaks of a man cramming himself into a phone booth with a crumpled piece of paper that appears to be a script and a few quarters. I tell the gypsy, looks like Joe in Hollywood making his smack-off call. He's probably going to be on hold for a while. Save your quarters, Joe. Then the gypsy forewarned, beware a tanning bed man with a whiny voice posing for a glamour shot. I was like, bread and Corona? That clown with the stolen takes? The gypsy quickly interrupts, but he doesn't win. Look closer. I look deeper into the gypsy's crystal ball. I can make out an indoor smoker cooking what appears to be Allen Brothers steaks. I see enough 5-hour energy to wake up a dead man. Wait a second. That's my living room. Then I see Lisa and Indy pouring the sapphire and tonics. She looks up, we lock eyes, and she tells me to take my socks off. I do declare! I do declare! Now I'm done.
I don't know. I did not get the last part of that. I didn't get now I'm done. It glitched. I think crown me. I think crown me. Look out.